Hey guys, welcome to another tutorial video. Today we're going to be going outside to work on the wheelchair. Right, we're going to start with the wheel first. We want to flip this tyre because it's getting a little bit soft on one side, so we'll get more grip if we flip this tyre and use the other end. And we're going to check the spokes at the same time and make sure our inner tube's all working good, and we'll show you how to change that and put it back in.
All you're going to need, guys, is an assortment of tyre levers. If you don't have any, what you can use is just a little teaspoon, and you're going to need a pump.
The first thing to do is to get the air out of the inner tube, because you're never getting that tyre off without it. Unscrew the cap, don't lose it because I always do. You just need something with these valves, I don't know if you can see it. These are the old style, so you've got to press the button on the inside. The high pressure valves, they'll have a twist cap and it's a bit easier to release it, but you've got to try and stick something in these ones, which is a pain in the ass. Alright. So once you've got the air out of the tyre, use your tyre levers and you want to try and get them in just to get the edge. I like to start by the valve, to be fair. Just get them in and get the edge, because the tyre's got a wire that runs around it that makes it a bit tougher. So once you can just get the lip of that, get that round, and they've got these little hooks on the tyre levers so you can hold that there. That's where the other one comes in. And just a little bit further down, maybe on the next spoke, do the same thing, trying not to nip the inner tube. Just ease that over nice and gently, and then you start working your way around the entire tyre. It's usually the hardest thing is usually just getting it started, but once you get a bit of it off, it all starts to come a little bit easier. What you might find is once you've got it off enough, stick your fingers in and run around. Once you've got the first side of the tyre off, go to the opposite side of the valve and just start to work the inner tube out. Once that's out, peel back the tyre. And just work the inner tube out the hole. I'd save that for later. Now the other tyre should come off easy. If you need to use the tyre levers you can, but that should come off. Make sure you know which way you've pulled it off. And all we're going to do, slip it and put it back on. Just want to go around this wheel, check all the spokes, check all these nuts, make sure they're all good. These are actually fine, but if you needed tightening, you'll take the tape off the inside of here, and they'll have a little screw or a little bolt where you hold, and that's where you need spoke tighteners, which is this. One of these. What these do is they push onto that, and you can turn them and you tighten them that way. So that's how you tighten up your spokes. Make sure you haven't got any crap in your bearings here. Mine seem to be alright, to be fair. It does feel like it's bubbling a little bit. So the next thing is trusted WD. Just give that a little spray, don't need too much. Loosen that up, get it into all the nuts and crannies in the bearing. And that should stop it restricting and make it easier to turn that wheel. Better. So getting the tyre back on, just do everything in reverse. Pop the first side of the tyre on, which can be a little difficult, but get there. Once the first one's on, you need to start feeding in the inner tube. So we're going to let a little bit more air out of this, so I didn't get it all out. So find your hole for where your valve is. It's here. Put the valve in. You're going to pull the wheel over it and push it up into the tyre. Right guys, so once you've finished getting the tyre on all the way around, you're going to have to finish it off with tyre levers. But this is where you're going to actually probably pop your inner tube, so you need to be careful. We're going to push it in as far as we can with our thumbs and only slightly give it a little ease with the tyre levers, get it underneath just so it can pop in like that, and then keep working each side until it finds itself. Once it gets towards the end, it should just pop on. I like to give it a little tap down, let the inner tube find the tyre, and then pump the sod up. Just put a couple of pumps in to start off with, just so the inner tube starts to fill the tyre, and then give it another tap round before you fully pump it up. And I'd take up to about 100 psi. Perfect. If you haven't lost your cap, put that back on. Next job, we're going to take off these casters and we're going to just clean up the bearings, make sure there's no fluff in them. Give them a quick spray with the trusted WD and stick them back on. We'll see the difference. You need a few more tools this time guys, but you're just going to need like maybe possibly some spanners depending on what kind of fixings you've got. Allen keys, you don't need them. Done with them. And your WD. Right. So the first bit's easy, trying to get off the actual fixings. So all different sizes, so you're going to have to mess around and see which Allen key fits. That's the one for that. That's not for that. Once that's off, might be a little bit stiff, so you can use the Allen key to push from the opposite side to push the bolt out, and then the rest of it should fall. These are actually quite clean, to be fair, it's not like me. But just pull all the fluff out of it, and then they just go straight back on. And then you're going to have all that goes all the way through. That's to lock it in place, and then your spacers. So these spacers sit into the bearing, so that middle ring, that's where that's going to sit. So this is the hardest part, and what most tyres have got, they've got another one of these in the middle of the wheel, which you'll have to locate, but I'll show you how to do it. So the best way to start, stick the bolt through the caster fork first, and just get the spacer on, just so it's just holding it on by itself. And then we'll go for the wheel and push it through the wheel a little bit so it's holding itself again. And then we're going to try and get the other spacer in there, so it'll start floating around, but you're okay. If you use the Allen key again, stick it through the other end, give it a wiggle round until the bolt pushes all the way. So you give it a little wiggle round and it finds itself. Straight forward, tying it back up. It just needs to be almost, maybe not even a quarter turn once you've got it just hand closed. So I'll get it to there, and I'm literally just going to give it get on. Just going to give it a little. So that's already faster. But then you need to add a bit of this. Just one spray on one side, one spray on the other. Just give it a spin to work it into all the nooks and crannies again. and do that with all the rest. Right, so now your bearings are squeaky clean, your wheels all changed, you're almost set. Last thing to do is just do a last check over the wheelchair. All the nuts and bolts, just make sure they're all tight, especially the ones that are like for this one that's fixing into the axle pin. You need to make sure that that's fully tight, because you don't want that to move whatsoever. But when you're tightening back up your casters, they only need to be a little bit, they don't need to be what we call machine tight. Check all your upholstery, make sure all your Velcro is not too loose, unless that's your preference. What you can do is you adjust your backrest at the back here. If you pull this up, you can take these off and then tighten them or loosen them, depending on how much you want to be able to lean back or stay straight up. Make sure you're not got any frays on your straps that hold you in the chair. Once you've done all that, lost a sticker off it. Yeah, once you've done that, wait until the quarantine's over and get back to training. Right, thanks for watching, guys. We've gone through all the aspects of sorting out his wheelchairs and maintaining them. We'll be back for more videos, so stay safe and stay clean and stay inside.